Hey everyone, I'm Valerie and welcome back to What Valerie Makes. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing everything that I made in the month of April and my current sewing plans. All right, so I am currently filming on a Monday, but Mondays are my Friday, so happy Monday / Friday to me. Cheers to that. And I gotta be honest, this is my April Makes video take 2, because I was thinking last week how, like, okay, I've got a full day. I'm gonna make a couple videos and like get ahead of it. And I successfully filmed my what was the video I just posted? Why am I blanking on the video I just posted? Y'all, where's my brain? What did I just share on my video? Miles, what video did I just post? Oh my gosh, I have to look. Why is this hard? Why am I doing this? Oh my, guys, ignore me. Take that out. Oh my God. It was my needle sharp box unboxing. Come on. All right, so I thought that I was going to be on top of it and so film a couple videos. And I was like, okay, I definitely want to do this needle sharp box unboxing video as well as my April Makes. And I was like, I'm going to put my April Makes video out first, and then I'm going to do the needle sharp unboxing. Well, I filmed the needle sharp box unboxing video. No problem. Done. Great. And then I went on to do my April Makes. Filmed the whole thing. Chat, this is me, blah, blah, blah. Val's always like, oh, blah, look at blah, blah. Chatty. Filmed the whole thing. Nope. My phone was like, I'm going to run out of storage. So that was fun. And also kind of like my fault completely, because like I've been seeing that my phone was almost out of storage. So I don't know why it didn't click, but it didn't. And so I filmed that whole video, and like 1/3 of it recorded. So, and then that was like in between a like cold spell. So if you still hear a little something going on in my throat, it's because I was sick for an entire week straight, and I'm just now getting over it. So yeah, I was like, oh, well, I'll feel, no, I couldn't even, I was like, caught, like, anyway. So I was sick, filmed a whole video. It did not record. So now here I am, take 2 on my April Makes, and that's okay. You know, that's all right. So let's just jump right into it. And I am wearing this dress that I made last year, and it's the Rachel dress by Jolie, the French designer. I got this pattern in a needle sharp box last year, I believe, and I love it. I wear this all the time. It's super cozy and comfy, and I'll put in a little video of me wearing it, because it's like the coziest dress, but it's really cute. So I wear this with just like white sneakers and sometimes, like, and then if I need like a little jean jacket, I'll put on my jean jacket. But I wear this in the spring and summer all the time. Highly recommend it. And it also comes in like many different views. There's like, you can make a bunch of different dresses with this pattern, and this is the only one I've made, but I have been interested in making, there's like a long sleeved one, and I think that that would be perfect for the cooler months, which we are not in. So I'll put that on the back burner, but it does make me think, oh wow, I really like this dress. I should make one again. Okay, so before this video gets too long, because I'm in a chatty mood today, let's get into my April makes. So the first two things that I made in April are these Haralson belt bags. One is for me, so this is mine, and I made this in a quilter's cotton. I believe I got this at Joann. And then this is oil skin, like canvas fabric, so the solid color. My hardware and webbing is all from Wawak, but I really love this bag. Now, I've talked about it in a couple videos, just that I was sewing it up and really liked it, but I haven't shared my final make. And I can tell you that I've been using this bag almost every day, and I really enjoy it. I like the adjustable strap. I like how it looks. And I did mine in this like springy fabric, so I think that it goes with a lot of the things that I'm currently wearing right now. Like, I'd wear it with this. Looks great. The thing that I probably won't do in my other versions, when I have one cut out that I'm going to do soon, but I am gonna do the magnetic closure instead of this clip. Now the clip looks really cute, and I like the aesthetic of this view, right? Cute. This is like a real, like a leather strap. And just like in general, I really like the look of the snap closure. And practicality now, it's not always the easiest. Like, sometimes like you struggle to get it like on or like closed and like to take it off. And I'd much rather just like for convenience and like to like use a magnetic. So I have a magnetic closure that I got that I'm going to put in my next one. So that is the only difference. And like, I would probably use this if I were to make like one in all, like maybe leather or something, I probably would use this buckle closure on the top, just because I do like the look of it. It does look really, it looks like put together, like expensive in my opinion. So I like that. Really proud of it, and like I said, I've been using it every single day since I've made it. Now the other one that I made is this one, and this is for my partner, and this was one of the selfless sew makes that I did. Now I didn't get around to, if you saw my April challenges video, and I will link that in the cards above if you haven't seen it and you want to go hear what I have to say about what my plans were. I would go check out that video. But this one I used, this is also just a quilter's cotton. I got this, I think, from Style Maker. I think that's where I got this from. I'm unclear, but I'm pretty sure that's where I got it from. But it was a while ago, so I don't know if it's still available or not. But same thing, I used like a dry oil skin fabric for the flap, and I lined it in just a black cotton as well. I did use like I made this one first, and I learned a few things, and then I made the one for me. In mine, I used a heavier duty interfacing, because these bags do call for more of like a canvas material. But I didn't really, like, I liked I didn't mind if it looked more slouchy and like, you know. So, but I just used the interfacing that I normally use on like a thicker project. I use that on this, and I have like a vintage like interfacing that's thick, and I use that for mine. I just wanted it a little bit more structured. So I did learn that. My husband does not care. He's very happy with this bag, and he's been getting so many compliments at work when he's been wearing it. So yeah, I like how this one came out, but I did learn a few things to then make mine. But it's a pretty quick make, and the video tutorial on the Noodlehead website is lovely. And I don't think I read the instructions out. I read through the instructions, but I did not use them as I went. I just watched the video and like did the sew along with her. But yeah, that's the Haralson belt bag. Highly recommend. I have one cut out and ready to sew up, so I'll probably throw that in whenever I get sick of my upcoming plans that I really want to do. So maybe it'll be something that I throw in between. But anyway, those are the first two things that I managed to make, and I'm very happy with the outcome. Been using them all the time, and 2 thumbs up from me. Highly recommend. Have you made the Haralson belt bag? Let me know, because I want to know your thoughts on it. If you have, tag me on Instagram. I want to see what yours looks like. Okay, on to the next thing. So the next 3 things are in conjunction. 3? 1, 2, 3. Yes. The next 3 things are all part of sewing challenges that I was glad to participate in last month. And I think the first thing that I want to talk about is my Nina Lee Bloomsbury blouse. Now, this blouse gave me a little trouble. I cannot express to you how happy I am with the outcome, and I've worn this already 2 or 3 times since I've made it. So if I'm reaching for it already a bunch, you know I'm happy. So I am very happy with the outcome. Now let me tell you some struggles. Number 1, I've never made a Nina Lee pattern before. So I knew that from what other people say, is like, go by exactly what your measurements are, make that size, did that, agreed. I made the size 14 and it fits me great. Okay, the thing that I think threw me is that I made it in this leftover fabric that I got from my needle sharp box, and I had enough to make this sleeveless top with it. And I was like, okay, now let me tell you, it is a polyester fabric, but it's really pretty. It's like, feels really nice, but I wanted to use it just to give it a go and see. So that's what I did, and I had so many problems. So what I did do is I did do French seams on the inside. So I did all the side seams with a French seam, and I finished off the arms with bias binding. Now the arms, or the blouse does call for like sleeves, but I saw a few hacks of this on Instagram, and the ones that I really liked were sleeveless. And I'm like, well, spring, summer's coming up, perfect. So that's what I decided to do, and that all came together really well. Now, I decided to do the bigger flounce, because I was like, well, I'm taking the sleeves off. I'm not doing the flounce around the neck, the collar. So I'll do the bigger flounce in the yoke. And I'm happy with that decision. I think it looks really cute. It was really, because it's a polyester, what I should have done was like make sure I overlocked after I got, I should have overlocked the ruffle piece because it frayed everywhere. Like when I started to gather it, it was like, oh no. And it just was like fraying. And it's a very long piece. It goes around the entire like front and back of the garment. So it's a pretty long piece. So after a struggle with gathering up this ruffle piece and pinning it onto my the lower bodice, I was like, okay, great. Sewed it on. Now it's like, okay, it's just the top is left, buttonholes. I'll be done in no time. So I took the yoke piece and I put it on the blouse. It tells you to like everything stay stitched. I stay stitched everything. I did all of the steps, went by what it said. And then I got to putting the yoke onto the bodice and it was so too long. Like, why is this too long? And I couldn't for the life of me figure it out. I even went back to the pattern, put my traced pattern pieces on the pattern to make sure that I cut out the right size because I was convinced that I probably traced the wrong size. I didn't. I traced the correct size. So what I did was, let me break for a second. What I did do was, after I saw that I cut out the right size, I was like, I need to, this was hours of me trying to figure this out just to attach the yoke to the bodice, hours. And I was like, well, I need a break. So I messaged Dina Lee on Instagram and I was like, hello, I'm having problems. And I'm telling you, I'm not just saying it was a little bit off. I had almost 3 inches on both sides, like longer. And I was just like, there must be something. I messaged them and was like, what could be wrong? And they messaged back and gave me some good tips, all of which I had tried or like all have done. And they were like, if it's still too long, cut it off. And I was like, great. I was just waiting for them to tell me to cut it off because I was also like, well, if I cut it off, I don't want the neck to be too tight. So what I did end up doing, because I thought that if I did it a straight cut, or if I, measured that much along the whole back yoke piece, that like the neck would be too tight. And I was like, I don't need the neck too tight. So I kind of like put it at an angle. So I cut off the bottom, but kind of angled it up to the neck so that it would fit, the neck band would fit and it wouldn't be too tight around my neck. So I did do that and it worked. It worked. I did it. There was some gaping in the back that I think had to do with that, me cutting off some in the back. And I think that just me like angling it like that caused a little bit more gaping than the pattern would normally have. Because I do see on people's, like, it is meant to be like kind of open and like have that flexibility in the back yoke of like not being like closed. So I understand that that's like supposed to be like that, but it was too much and I knew it was from me like doing that angle, cutting that angle. So all I did was put a snap in. I just added a little snap up here next to the collar or the collar button, and you can't even tell, and it just make sure it just closes it enough so that it's not like gaping as much, and it looks great. I finished it off with these really pretty vintage buttons that I had in my stash. They're really pretty like pearly purple, and it really pulls like the purple color in the fabric with the purple flowers. So I'm really happy with how that looks. And I just went by how many buttons I had, to be honest. I just was like, oh, I have this many buttons. I'm going to put this many buttons on the back. And that's how I normally do it. So, but anyway, so after all of that, I did it. I did have to put it in timeout, and I did a couple other projects in between finishing, like starting and finishing. I almost didn't finish because, so after I was like, okay, I'm going to chop the yoke off in the back, and then I needed to like trim the seam allowance on the flat, like the ruffle. So I was taking my I was taking my rotary cutter, and I was being careful, y'all. I was being so careful. I was like, I gotta move the fabric underneath and then just cut the seam allowance. So I was rolling it, and then I was like, do, and then I would stop and then make sure the fabric was like pulled to the side, and then I was gonna go. I went too far, and I cut a hole in my shirt. So once I did that, I was like, I don't think I'm finishing this blouse. I think that was the end of it for me. I don't think it was meant to be. But I laughed. I was like, haha. And then I was like, I will deal with this hole later. And that's what I did. Finished the blouse. It came out really nice. So I'm like, I'm going to patch the hole, because the hole happened to be just right under this big flounce. This big old ruffle. I just put a hole really close to where the ruffle gets attached to the bodice. So I just cut a piece of fabric, made a patch, sewed it on there, and the ruffle covers it. So yeah, you wouldn't even have known there was a hole there unless I told you. So very happy that I did end up doing that. And so I did get this done in time to submit it into the April Blouse challenge. And guys, I won! And I never win. First off, I don't win things. It's like occasionally, like I enter, and I don't think that I'm gonna win, but like, you know, I'm not lucky like that. Some people like will put their name in a basket and they always win, right? Those people, that's not me. So when I won, I was so excited. I was like, I won. And Gabrielle from the Cloth Edit did a video, and I will link that video down in the description box, because she does a very nice job going through all of the winners and talking about their blouses and why they chose that person to win a prize. And I really enjoyed that video. And so yeah, I will link that video in the description box below for you guys to go check out if you haven't seen it. But I was so happy to win, and I won 3 PDF patterns from the Avid Seamstress. And I've already been talking to Lisa and picked out my patterns, and she already sent them to me. So I'm going to go ahead and have those printed, I think, and maybe I will put those on my plans coming up here soon. So I'm excited to get those sewn up. But yeah, I don't think I have anything more to say about this blouse. I do want to make another one, and I think I'm going to make it in just something not like this slippery polyester fabric. I have a really pretty cotton lawn that I think would look really nice in it, and I want to make the one with the ruffle collar, so probably would do like the smaller ruffle. I've got a few ideas, but that's not going to be anytime soon. But I do want to give this pattern another go, and I have all of the stuff traced out and ready, so why not? But that was the Bloomsbury Blouse by Nina Lee. Very happy, and I even won a prize. So that's this one. So the next thing that I made in April is when I put my Bloomsbury blouse in timeout, I was like, I need to make something else. So I decided to make, now in my Sew Recreate the Look inspo, I was going to make shorts or a skirt. And then I was like, I'm making a skirt. So then that was it. I was like, decided to make the skirt. So I traced out the pattern, and the pattern I used for the skirt is the Camden Skirt from Nina Lee. So another Nina Lee pattern. I went from not sewing any Nina Lee patterns to sewing 2 this past month. So I made the Camden skirt, and guys, I am so happy. Why do I always find a string every time I record a video?
You have a thing on your thing.
Every time. And like, I can't show it. I can't hold it. I mean, I can. You guys don't care. Let me snip it. Just a string. Distraction slash ADD brain, right? But for real. So I made the Camden skirt, and it's so nice. I am so proud of this make. Let me start from the beginning. I traced out the size 14. Straight up made the size 14. I have never made a fitted bottoms pattern where it fit perfectly. Never. I've always had to make some kind of adjustments, whether that be taking in the waistband, which is usually what I do, because when it's for like bottoms, I always go by my hip measurements and making sure that I have enough room in the hip, the kind of ease that I like, which is probably what most people do. So with that being said, I normally have to take in the waistband. Not this pattern. This waistband fits me perfectly. And you know what? I'm going forward, I'm always going to pull out this waistband and probably use it, to be honest with you. I really like it. I really like the construction of the skirt. I was really happy overall with the whole make. It is a lined skirt pattern, which I haven't done. I've made some skirts, but I haven't lined any. But this pattern is already like, a lining is already included in the instructions. So I really like that aspect of the pattern. Finished with an invisible zip in the back. And I used a beautiful cotton linen blend fabric from Pigeon Wishes. And you guys have heard me talk about this fabric in my plans video. And this is exactly what I wanted when I saw that fabric. Like, I knew exactly what I wanted to do, and I am very happy with this set. So that is the Camden skirt. And the lining that I use, I just had this in my stash. It's just like a slippery, I don't remember where I got this fabric from, to be honest, but it's a perfect lining fabric. It's silky, slippery. One thing that I did do that they don't have you do, but I also lined the pockets because I wanted to feel that when I put my hands in my pockets. So I did end up putting that lining inside the pockets as well. And I could not be happier with the outcome of this skirt. I've worn this as a set with my blazer, and I've also worn it by itself, which is probably what I'm going to do most often, especially in the summertime. So very happy with this make. And then that, after I finished that skirt, it was very successful, might I add, with making that skirt. I went back to the Bloomsbury blouse to finish it up, and it's the exact project that I needed to get me through the rest of that blouse. So I'm very happy with both of those garments, and specifically the Camden skirt. Now for my last thing that I made in April is my Heather blazer. And I'm chuffed with this blazer. I love it. I mean, I knew I would. I wear my other Heather blazer all the time, so I knew that this would be a perfect addition to my wardrobe. Now, for the Heather blazer by Friday Pattern Company. Most of you know this pattern, and it's a great one. You know, Chelsea at Friday Pattern Company, really 10 out of 10 on this one. which is most of her patterns, to be honest, but specifically the heather blazer. I love it. Now, what did I do? Use the same exact fabric and lining that I did for my skirt, I used for my heather blazer. I also put in my What Valerie Makes label in the blazer on this one as well. Used the linen cotton blend from Pigeon Wishes. I also used a Pigeon Wishes button to close that up. What did I do to the pattern? I shortened it by 2 inches, and I shortened the sleeves by I think 1 inch, and that's it. And I made a size medium. Now, is there anything that I would do different? Probably not. I think the only thing that I might do different next time, and this is a little bit, my other heather blazer is a linen blend as well. But I will say this one is a more sturdier, and I think it probably will just soften up over time. So this one is a little bit more sturdier, but I do like it because I just will like put it on and I will like pull the sleeves up to my elbows and just like have that kind of a look. And I love it. After I finished this, I wanted to take some like nicer pictures because I was entering it into the So Recreate the Look challenge. And I went to the library where my husband works. He's a librarian there, and took me up to like the stacks, which is like the place that they store tons of books, and took some like really nice pictures of me in the stacks up there. And I really loved the finished look on this, and I'll be putting pictures of that right now. You're probably already seeing them. You're seeing them now. And yeah, I really like the look of it. I think that when it comes to like the So Recreate the Look challenge, I think I really nailed it in the like vibe I was going for. You know, those like a little bit oversized blazers that you can push up, matching skirt or shorts, like love it. Now, am I gonna always like wear these two together? No, but I do love that I have a matching set and it looks really nice together, and I'm so happy that I did manage to finally get this done and have this fabric not just sitting there staring at me, but like in an actual 3D garment form. So I'm so happy that I have the set all done. Now, those are all the things that I made in April, and I was like, at first, like, I only made 5 things, but like, I made 5 things. That is a lot of things to make in April. And I had a kind of a slow start, some weird stuff the beginning of April, but I managed to get 5 like really nice pieces that I'm actually very proud of done. So I'd say that is a win. Any sewing where you feel good at the end, it's a win. Whether that's one thing a month or one thing, however long it takes you. So I'm very happy by all these makes. And yeah. And just one more thing before I go. I just want to say thank you to Tamlyn from Sewn on the Tyne for shouting me out in her latest video. If you are watching this because you saw her video and managed to make your way over to my channel, thank you so much for watching this and for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed already, why don't you go ahead and do that? Just hit that subscribe button. Yeah, but thank you so much. It really means a lot to me to have somebody who I've been watching and who I relate to in some ways when it comes to style and just like sewing preferences in general. But yeah, I've been watching Tamlyn and really enjoying her videos and her content. So when she gave me a shout out, I was just so chuffed. So thank you so much, Tamlyn. I appreciate you, and I just look forward to making some more videos and sharing that here on my channel. So yeah, I think that's all from me today. And I just wanted to say cheers to y'all, happy sewing, and I'll see you next time. Bye.